Hello everybody, Jimmy here. I'd like to talk to you about some things that are happening in our country right now. If you watch Fox News, they've been on top of the story, and most of the other news medias, do not seem to be following this story. One of the big things that's going on in the country right now is a lot of gangs, youth gangs, they're running around and they have a game called knockout games, that they run up to somebody, they hit them on the head to knock them down. There's been people dying across the country. The other thing is called polar bear hunting, where they do the same thing. They run up to somebody, they hit them on the head, hopefully they knock them out. I don't know if it's an initiation into a gang or what it is, but people are dying across the country. But what I want to talk to you today about is, I grew up in a very bad area of Brooklyn in the 60s. So I'm kind of streetwise, I know what goes on. So I just wanted to share with you some of my ideas of how you could protect yourself from a bad injury or death. One of the first things you got to do, everybody walks around with a cell phone these days, a smartphone of some kind. When you're out in the street, the one thing you can absolutely not do is walk around with headphones. When you got the headphones on, you cannot hear what's going around you. What you have to do, you have to be aware of your surroundings at every moment of every day these days. So if you have your headphones on, you cannot hear somebody running up behind you. Now, a lot of these videos are being videoed by somebody with a smartphone, so they post them on the internet to show them that one of the gang members knocked them out. So what you got to do is, as you're walking around, if you see somebody photographing you with a smartphone, be very suspicious. Be very suspicious that something's going to happen. Without your headphones on, keep aware and listen to hear if you hear somebody running up behind you. When you do that, do not be afraid. Turn around and see if somebody's going to attack you. Be very aware of that. If you're walking around at nighttime, and at nighttime, the street lights are on, be very aware. I did this as a young kid, and I still do it when I'm in Brooklyn at times. I always look for a shadow of somebody coming up behind me. Now, if they're going to hit you, if you have a hoodie on, I think if anybody tries to hit you, this is going to absorb the impact a little bit of them hitting you. Even better than that, if you could wear a fairly heavy hat, like this, and put the hood on top of you, and still be aware of what's going on. You could still hear pretty good if somebody is running up behind you. But if you put the hood on and a hat, if somebody hits you, just like a motorcycle helmet, would protect the motorcycle rider if he fell, a hoodie and a heavy hat, especially since it's wintertime now, you won't look out of being normal. It'll absorb some of the impact if somebody comes up and hits you from behind. Also in the back, I think you don't want to get hurt back here, so it would bunch up a little bit, and I think it might save you some pain and misery. What's also very important is that you report it to the police. You report it to the police, how many people there were, if you can get an idea, who is videotaping it, exactly where it happened, so if they could get camera footage, out of store cameras, bank cameras, ATM machines. All these things are very important to help the police, know where these things are happening. Do not shy away from helping the police, to find the people that are doing this. So, one of the other most important things, and I can't stress this enough, this has been proven, with police years ago. For people that didn't grow up in the 50s and the 60s, a whistle. If you're walking down, and you see something going on, you blow a whistle. people will scatter. They scattered in the 60s. Police used it all the time, that if they were on foot patrol, they'd blow the whistle and everybody knew that that was a cop, and they would scatter very quick. I cannot tell you how important it is to keep a whistle with you all the time when walking in the streets. So just let's recap very quickly. Okay, no headphones. Don't listen to anything. Don't talk to anybody when you're on the street. Listen for somebody coming up behind you. Look for shadows from street lights at the nighttime. See if somebody's behind you. Look for somebody that's videotaping, especially with a smartphone, what's going on. Wear some type of head protection if you can. They have those caps that go on with the little ears. I don't know what they call them. You see a lot of kids wearing them, but it's good protection. Those heavy hats with the fur, they're also very good protection. If somebody hits you, it's not going to protect you 100%, but you won't look out of place and it'll absorb some of the impact. If something happens, report it to the police. I cannot tell you how important that is. And have a whistle with you all the time. Even if you feel that something is going to happen, blow that whistle. It'll get the attention of people around you, and it travels a good distance. Sports Authority sells them, not 7-Eleven, Kmart sells them. They're $5, $6 for a really good one. It might save your life one day. So please be aware, protect your neighbors, watch over the elderly. They're the ones that seem to be most vulnerable for the attacks. I'll talk to you all soon, Jimmy, and I would listen to Fox News for the most up-to-date information on these attacks nationwide. God bless you and be well.